No idea. Maybe it's a blackout, like in the old days.
It's probably just the meter. Let me see.
Somebody cut down that power cable. How suspicious to find you here.
Either. What a waste of time. It's time to leave. This interview is over.
Yeah. I really have to just move her to the right. You couldn't just give me that.
I don't get it. The cable's been cut. But why would anyone do that?
I think we're going to go now. This whole power cut gave me a terrible headache.
Is that you, Mitzi? But we haven't finished yet. Have you changed your mind about the job?
No, of course not. I'm just scared of darkness. And I still feel sick.
And the baby eater is still here
Perhaps
too.
we can continue some other time.
I've had it. I'm getting a new fuse box.
Was that you, Jesse?
Yeah. How are you doing, Pauline?
Well, we need the power back. Can you do something?
Yeah, I can easily fix that. There's an electrical store that's open till late. I'll get some stuff and I'll be back before you know it.
Bear in mind it's not just the fuse box, it's the cable this time.
I'll get a new cable too, don't worry. But in the meantime, go home, find some candles and chill, yeah?
Thanks, Jesse. That's awfully nice of you.
Well, it was great seeing you, but we're going to leave now.
Hello.
Who's that?
My name is Rita Tickle.
Rita who? What the hell is going on here? Do you know this woman, Mrs. Ashworth?
Never seen her.
I've never seen her before in all my life.
This game has a huge...
Now she'll think we are absolutely crazy.
I wouldn't worry too much. You're not exactly the most popular neighbor in the house anyway.
Thanks.
What? You don't actually care what those idiots think, do you?
No, of course not. It's just that Pauline seems all right. I'm not too proud of causing her all this trouble.
It'll get fixed soon. Look, Jesse's gone out. We can now get inside flat 7 and see what he's been up to.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
We can also cross Pauline off the list. I've searched through her internet history, and needless to say, there's nothing exciting there.
Just porn. Mostly anal. Whatever. You know, this game has a huge lot of mood swings. Going from being sort of funny to totally batshit crazy and depressing. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Scrubs tend to do this a lot, and it was an awesome show. You were laughing your ass off the one time, and a few minutes later it was woo downer. They handled that pretty well in Scrubs. They don't do this in this game, because this game doesn't go from being really funny to downer. It goes from really funny to, I don't know, Silent Hill with Freddy Krueger blood dripping agony, and then a little bit of depression, and then funny again. This one thing, you can't combine humor with Silent Hill. It doesn't really mesh that well. I don't know. I don't like it about this game. If it were without all these psycho parts, it would be sort of okayish. If they put in more character development, like these dark, depressing stories, and yeah, that would be great. And the game is pretty long. I mean, hell. I think it would have been better if it were condensed a little bit. I don't know, but I have to talk about this later on when I finish the game. Let's try out what's happening in Jesse's floor. Open. Mitzi, well, let's just ask Mitzi immediately.
Now that he's gone, we can get inside.
Yes, let's do that.
I'll close my eyes and you pick that lock, Mitzi.
Okay, but no peeking.
I'd never. You've really hurt my feelings now.
Yeah. Now close them.
Oh, come on. I can only imagine that they really
There.
didn't want to make
Job
an
done.
animation out of that. I don't know why.
Jesus, are these...
Really human
Relax,
faces.
Mrs. A. They're just Halloween masks.
Oh, good. That's good. Because I swear, if I see another bloody head...
Bloody head. Oh, I can take them. I hate clones so much I would rather not touch this mask at all. The devil. I would get terribly sweaty wearing it. There's such thing as too much rubber. Hockey mask. None of these looks illegal. I guess he just likes plants. Okay. This speaker is massive and it's connected to Jesse's computer. Whenever he plays some music, the walls must be shaking. Jesse's PC. Let's... switch it on. That won't work. It seems someone's cut the power off. It won't work, there's no power, so... I can hear some late evening traffic looking through the windows. Socket, Jesse's PC is plugged in here. If only we had access to a working electrical outlet. Okay. So all of this, I got a mask out all of this. Great. So I have to repair this, I can't. Okay. I consider we can't do anything yet, just we have to do something with Brian now. Like, disassemble his fucking bike and... Look, an animation
That'll
like
teach
that!
you not to mess with the cat lady.
Just an animation like that, and be like, yeah, okay, okay, so we know that he's inside. We can't do anything here. This is the old man. We can't do anything with him here now. Go to the ground floor. Oh, we can go into the basement. Totally forgot about that
push
one.
this cabinet out of the way. I remember there was a door behind it.
It's too heavy. I don't think that's gonna work.
Are you kidding me? I'll show you how it's done. Stand back. There. The door everyone's forgotten about.
Wow. You're stronger than you look, Mrs. A.
Yeah, perhaps I am.
All this strange bantering all the time. I don't get it. This is a buddy movie. Pipes. Water supply for the whole building can be switched off here. There's no need to do that now, though. An extension cord. Woohoo. A cold chute. That's been used for many years. All flats have central heating these days. It can't be opened by hand. I need a crank. Tin of paint. It's red, the color of blood. The lid is stuck. Dried up paint is holding it firmly like a glue. I will take the tin once I manage to open it. So no use to it. Now I can use the screwdriver on it. I can easily prise it open with the screwdriver. Woohoo! I can pick it up now! Yay! Quiet Haven Hotel? Never heard of it. Yes it did. What is the sign doing down here anyways? And a sewing dummy.
I think I've got an idea. I know how I could pay Brian back for all that he's done to me and the cats.
Brian.
What?
The guy from Flat 6, right?
Yes, Brian. That nasty piece of shit. He deserves to be punished, you know. And this wedding dress will be perfect for this. You ever heard the legend of the cat widow?
The cat widow?
No.
No, can't say I have.
Well, you're not from around here. But I'm sure Brian knows it. He grew up in this city, just like me.
Where are we anyways?
So, what's it about?
It's an old story about a ghost cat who takes a human form to haunt her killer.
Wow, that's pretty crazy, Mrs. A. Do you really think we can pull it off?
Yes. Yes, of course. We just need to prepare. A good costume will do the job. This dress, we can alter it. We'll need some red paint, too.
No.
Are you sure about
How
that?
convenient.
I promise this will work. And it will give us a chance to check his computer. If he's got one.
Okay, so what do we need?
Well, basically, we need 3 things. Red paint. We've got it already. The dress will make a great costume. We just need it in black. Also, it should look damaged. That's important. Cat Widow is a ghost, after all. I'll need some scissors for that. This mask I took from Jesse's flat will do the job nicely.
What was this about? Bing bong bang. We had some objectives in the upper left earlier in the game. Why couldn't you put it there and not be like bing bang boom? We need these 3 things. Lol lol lol. Okay, so we somehow need to bicycle crank. Oh, because okay. Now I can open the cold chute with the bicycle crank, because that will definitely work. Sure thing. Bullshit. Okay, so we can put the... How convenient that all the items we need, except for the mask, are white in the cellar. Black is my color. I like it so much better now. This would so never work in real life. Never. I mean, it looks like perfectly...
We need to make some adjustments.
It looks really like it was perfectly made. Not just, oh, it's a little bit dark now. Oh, that looks...
Now this is a dress worthy of the Cat Widow.
Why don't you admit it was too small for you?
Ha ha, bloody ha. Why don't you just shut up? Whoever wore this dress probably hadn't eaten in years. You'd struggle to get a skeleton into it. This is it. We've got all we need.
Woohoo!
Great. Are you going to tell me about the Cat Widow now?
I told you.
Yes, it's story time, Mitzi.
Oh god, no.
The legend says there was once a bad man who hated cats. He hated his neighbors too, and his job. And when it rained, he'd curse and smash things. He hated his bald head and his weak, ugly body. He probably hated himself the most, although he would never admit it.
I think I see where this is going.
One day, out of pure hatred for the whole world and everything that lives, he captured a family of cats and drowned them all in the river. That day, the sun turned black and all the birds went silent as the 6 kittens struggled for life. But trapped in a strong canvas bag, they never had a chance. They all died that day. All but one. The mother cat, in a desperate fight to set herself free, by pure luck, clawed her way out of the bag and swam to the shore. She lost everything that day. Her beautiful children and her proud husband. Her heart crashed into pieces as she watched their limp, dead bodies stolen by the current. Running after them, she followed them for days, for as long as she could. Then, eventually, she lost sight of them. She stayed on the bank of the river for a while. The world stopped turning for her, her eyes empty and blind. And then, one day, she slowly slid down the bank and into the cold, dark water. She gave in to it. She let the river take her away too, cover her mouth, her ears, her eyes. But as the water filled her lungs, and she started slipping into darkness, there was another strange feeling that burst in her mind like a ball of flames. Anger, rage even. Her last craving, before she drowned, was for revenge, for blood. And so she returned, reborn and changed, a cat widow, veiled in black, mistress of the cats. Her body of a young woman, but her eyes of a cat, and her face, white, rotten, face of a corpse. Those who saw it rarely lived to tell the tale. She would get her revenge on all cat killers and cat torturers. But there was someone she had to see first, someone special. Someone she really hated the most. As the evening came, it was strangely quiet in the man's flat. As he lived alone, he usually liked to fill the silence with the sound of radio or TV shows. But that night, he switched them all off, feeling anxious and tired after work. He tried to sleep, but couldn't. And for once, there wasn't anyone there he could blame for it.
And he even
As he
looks
stared
like him.
through the window, he kept thinking about how much he hated that view. He liked it once, a long time ago, when his wife was still there and they were happy together. Suddenly, he heard knocking on the door. Some part of him was glad, because that meant he could take it out on whoever decided to bother him. There was nobody there. He almost felt disappointed, but before he turned to walk away, he suddenly noticed something down the hall.
A dead body of a disemboweled cat hung on the radiator.
On a nearby wall, there was a giant shadow of a cat.
So why can I now choose how the story
He
is
stopped
working?
again. He couldn't believe his eyes.
There was a cat skull stuck on the cat seat of his bike. Someone wrote asshole on his door. Let's go
There
with
was a
skull.
cat's skull stuck on the seat of his bike. He had a passion for trains. Although he hated being a train driver, he had always enjoyed watching them move.
Oh yes, the story fits perfectly to him. He's a train driver, bald, he's an
But
asshole.
now, his train model was moving all on its own.